First, let me tell you about the bunker. Deep underneath the Space Needle in Seattle, about 5 stories down, but who's counting, there's a secret government bunker. You've never heard of it because it's a secret. That's how secrets work. To get into the bunker, first you have to convince Space Needle security that you have access to a special elevator. The elevator doesn't work unless you enter a 16-digit password and pass a facial scan. The facial scanner is a bit out of date, but the password is case sensitive. Once you're out of the access elevator, almost 100 feet underground, the real fun begins. Space Needle security is just day players. Regular schlubs collecting a paycheck, but the folks guarding the bunker are legit. Highly trained paramilitary professionals contracted from a rotating selection of militias that make Black Cube look like Blue Man Group. If you manage to sneak past the guards or somehow fake clearance to get into the bunker itself, they've got a dynamic laser field running 24/7 hooked up to a backup generator with 3, count them, 3 levels of redundancy. So you can't just cut the power. Past the grid, there's just one thing between you and cold storage, but it's a doozy. A clean room. Like a really clean room. An experimental ventilation system creates a total vacuum, ensuring that any harmful particles are pulled off your body, your clothes, your shoes, and vented out of the bunker and, due to an architectural quirk, up into the gift shop at the Space Needle. If you're caught in the clean room during the vacuum protocol without a helmet on, the air inside your lungs will also be vented up into the gift shop. That's what a vacuum does. It sucks. And asphyxiating to death in an underground bunker really sucks. But let's say you manage to sneak past the security on the ground level, crack the 16-digit case-sensitive access elevator password, and trick the facial scanner. Outsmart a bunch of military-grade professional assholes, dance through a laser field, and survive the clean room lockdown. What for? What could possibly be worth all the trouble? What's in the bunker? The most valuable substance on Earth. Ronald Reagan's sperm.
Way down deep beneath the ground, some goop of incredible worth can be found. It's kept safe under lock and key, away from folks like you and me. It's just so gross, you have to feel that there's no way it could be real. It's like some disgusting conspiracy theory from Brenda. Come get it, come get it. Sealed in a vault and kept on ice. As cold as snow, as white as rice. A sticky treasure beyond price. Yeah, that's so gross. The perfect target for a sneaky high. The show is fun and not too long. We also have this cool theme song. So listen to all of the episodes, or you'll regret it. Come get it. Come get it.
I'm sorry, back up. What?
Sit down, Chess. I got the first game on me.
How about that guy?
Him? No.
Why not?
He lives here. New Yorkers don't fall for this shit.
How can you tell?
The way he's walking, he's got nowhere to be. Plus, he's holding a coffee from this hole in the wall on the Bowery that nobody knows about.
You're a freak. You know that?
Thanks, Toby.
How about her?
No, wedding ring. Little pink backpack, she's here with her family. I don't have the energy for a whole family thing right now.
You can't tell that much about someone based on what they're wearing.
You think people can't tell you're a drag queen from the way you dress?
I never.
Bitch, you always. Now this woman walking into the park at your 2 o'clock?
I don't know what that means.
On your right. Okay, she's got her phone out, looking at a map, overstuffed purse, giant bottle of water, clearly left the hotel this morning and isn't going back until tonight. Hairstyle says Midwest to me, church group maybe. First time to New York, loves Sex in the City, but skips all the sex.
Now, how do you exactly know
Scram,
that...
I gotta make my move. I'll call you this weekend.
Scram, she says, like I'm Bugs Bunny or some shit. Later, sister.
Bye, hun.
Excuse me, do you know which way the Sex in the City apartment is?
That would be over on Perry Street. Make a left up there.
Thank you so much.
Visiting from out of town?
How could you tell?
Just a hunch. I love your shoes, by the way.
Thank you so much. I love yours. Those are some stilettos.
They keep me on my toes.
Oh, I bet they do.
What brings you to New York?
Well, I'm here with my church group, but this is my day off.
What a thrill. Everyone needs a day off. How are you gonna spend it?
I'm not sure. What would you recommend?
Gosh, there are so many options. Why don't we ask the cards?
Oh my, are those?
Tarot cards. They can give you guidance or new perspective or even help you see your future.
I don't know. That sounds sort of occult, doesn't it?
Heavens no, not a cult, just gay.
Oh, that's okay then, I guess.
You don't seem like a homophobe.
Oh, no, not at all. Our choir director is a little funny, and he's a hoot.
Perfect. The initial reading is $15. Let's have you pick a card.
Okay. Here we go.
Wow, fascinating. The Empress.
What does that mean?
Well, the Empress is a very auspicious card. She represents the power of a woman to take charge and get what she deserves. She's a diva and a girl boss.
Wow, that does sound like me.
Yes, queen, work mama, etc. Want to do another one?
Oh, sure, why not? Is that
Another $15. Yes, here we go. How lucky. The Four of Swords reversed.
What's that one about?
Well, the Four of Swords represents defeat.
Ah.
So when it's reversed, that means you're overcoming something, like maybe a professional setback.
Huh.
Or a family issue?
Right.
Or some sort of romantic problem?
Oh my God!
That's the one.
Oh, I just got out of a relationship. That is incredible.
The cards don't lie, and neither do I.
You know, I guess it's true. Gay men really do make great best friends.
We are best friends, aren't we? How about one more card before you go eat a cronut or whatever?
Sure.
Well, okay.
What is that card?
I wouldn't jump to conclusions. It's not
It
necessarily...
looks like Satan.
You know, it is in a certain sense Satan, but sort of...
That seems bad. The devil is bad.
I understand that it could definitely seem bad to an outside observer, but within the vocabulary of tarot, the devil just means something else, something different, you know?
I mean, it doesn't look like a happy card.
Looks aren't everything. Looks can be deceiving. You can't tell just by...
Judy.
Wait, what the fuck?
Hi, honey.
Aunt Kate? What are you doing here?
You two know each other?
I'd like to think so.
Hey, is this like some kind of scam?
No, nothing like that. Although I have to say, that's a very liberal interpretation of the devil card.
Liberal? What do you mean?
Could you not?
Most serious interpreters of the tarot understand the devil to represent the seductive power of the physical, the material world dragging you down, being held in bondage by your desires, the inability to escape or change.
I like his interpretation better.
Who are you going to trust on this one? Some stranger you met in a park or an honest-to-God lesbian?
You know, I think I have to go.
Actually, the beauty of the tarot lies in
Bye.
its
And there she goes.
infinite and equally valid interpretations. By all means, have a seat.
I think I will.
She's about to cough up like $200. Tourist on a church group tour, fresh out of a relationship, catastrophic die drop and tragic heels, the motherlode.
You look well.
You look about the same as I remember you, believe it or not.
Lesbians don't shrivel. We ripen. It's been a while.
I hadn't been keeping track.
I have, believe it or not.
Well, not that it isn't great to see you, but I'm actually out here trying to make rent, so maybe we can catch up later.
I'm in a bit of a hurry, so now would be better for me. Come on. I didn't fly all the way from Montana to not buy you lunch.
Montana?
Where can we go for a burger around here? Julius, I can't believe this place is still here.
New York's oldest gay bar.
I feel like this might be New York's oldest hamburger, honestly. It's really good to see you.
What are you doing here, Kate?
Can't a concerned aunt stop by to see her favorite nephew once in a while?
Once in a while?
I know.
15 years. 15 years. What happened? Where did you go?
It's a long story.
You disappeared. You said you flew here from Montana? Is that where you've been?
Yes.
This whole time?
Look, Judy, I'm sorry. I mean it. The time I spent living with you and your mother that time was precious to me. But I couldn't stay there forever. I mean, I was the age you are now. Can you imagine? I know that's not... But I met someone.
And you moved with this person to Montana?
Her name is Brenda. She's really something special. But it's never been just about Brenda. It's bigger than that.
Like a throuple?
Not quite.
So like a polycule?
No. It's bigger than that. The group is... It's a coalition, is what it is.
A coalition?
Yes, it's a group of like-minded individuals with similar goals.
Oh, I see. So it's a cult.
It's not.
What you're describing is for sure a cult.
It's not a cult, I promise.
Okay, and how many of you are there in this allegedly not a cult?
Just under 150 women, people, queer individuals. We're not TERFs.
I didn't say you were.
I know, but we're not, okay?
Does this coalition have a name?
Of course. The Coalition of Lesbians Intent on Taking Over, or for short...
Clito?
You got it.
How have I never heard of this?
Many have tried to locate Clito, but none have succeeded.
Naturally.
Brenda wanted a place for herself, for all of us, and she couldn't find it. So she created one. And then over time, the others showed up, the true believers.
Are there, uniforms?
Ugh, don't be ridiculous.
It's a fair question.
What happened was the group took a vote and decided that everyone just likes wearing very similar outfits. They're not uniforms. They're not uniforms.
Got it. So you abandoned your single mom sister and her baby gay son to go to Montana and wear not uniforms at a not cult run by militant queer separatist lesbians.
I didn't say anything about Clito being militant, but yes. And also we are.
I don't know what you want me to say to that. That sucked. You meant a lot to me, Aunt Kate, in a sort of Ring of Keys sort of way, and it was really upsetting.
Look, Jude.
Don't. Nobody calls me that.
Do you know why nobody calls you that?
Because I've been introducing myself as Judy for 20 years?
Because I started calling you Judy when you bought those ruby slippers and started clacking around the basement in them when you were 5.
Mom threw those away.
She threw them away 3 times. I kept taking them out of the trash and giving them back to you.
Gross, but sweet.
I'm here because I think there might be a way I can make it up to you for leaving. It's a job. A gig, really. It's just a one-time thing.
I appreciate that, but I don't need whatever, internship at GLAD you have lined up. I'm doing all right.
All appearances to the contrary.
Hey, that tourist was perfectly happy with the service she was receiving until you showed up.
That's because she was an idiot. You're capable of so much more than weaponizing the ancient bond between gay men and straight women to trick strangers out of their pocket change, Judy. Trust me.
I did not ask you to lunch so you could shit on my whole, lifestyle.
You didn't ask me to lunch at all. You agreed to come because I offered to pay for you, so hear me out, okay?
Okay, fine. Jesus.
First, let me tell you about the bunker.
Deep underneath the Space Needle in Seattle, about 5 doors down the tunnel.
Ronald Reagan's sperm?
And Barack Obama's, and Yo-Yo Ma's, and Mark Zuckerberg's, and that guy who invented the Segway, and Tony Danza's. It's called the United States Seed Registry, the USSR for short. And it's where every president since Kennedy has their genetic materials stored, along with a selection of billionaires and geniuses and, startup assholes.
Why since Kennedy?
They meant to start with him, but they missed their shot, so...
That is insane.
Correct.
Why would they... why store that stuff in a bunker?
Well, where should they put it?
I don't know, socks? Like the rest of humanity? Anyway, if it's so secret, how do you know about it?
Because I slept with an elevator technician 2 summers ago in Provincetown, and she told me about the caverns under the Space Needle. Then I did my own detective work. It's crazy, but it's true.
So you need, what, a research assistant?
Not quite. You're not gonna like this, but I can't say any more here. I need you to come back to Clito with me, to the compound. It's a security thing.
Okay, well, no.
Try again, but put more yes in it.
Got plans this weekend. I'm throwing a house party.
Here? In this dump?
Hey, I live here.
No, you don't. I did my homework. I know what's been up with you. You've been bouncing between apartments for a year already, couch surfing with friends, and then vanishing.
What can I say? I learned from the best.
I deserve that. But what are you doing? What are you running away from? All this because of what? A bad breakup?
No, it's not about that. It's just hard to plan for the future anymore, Or to put down roots sometimes when it feels like, what's the point? Nothing lasts anyway. I don't know if you heard, but my first queer role model vanished into thin air when I was a kid, so you'll have to forgive me if I have some issues around trusting that people are going to stick around.
Do you remember when you were a Boy Scout?
For like 6 minutes because they wouldn't let me sell cookies with the girls.
Right. And after your first day, you came home crying because those rude little fucks were making fun of the way you walked?
I remember.
Well, I remember that 2 days later, you had won those creeps over by teaching them how to crochet and convincing them to make their own badges instead of waiting for someone else to hand them out. You're good with people. It's in your bones.
You're wrong. I'm good at people. Big difference.
And that is exactly why I need you. And why you're going to come with me to Montana.
How do you figure?
'Cause unfortunately for you, I'm good at people too. And I know you wouldn't leave your aunt hanging when she needs you. And I need you, Judy.
Fine. But we're not flying out of Newark. I'm not an animal.
This is your captain speaking. We're now arriving at Montana Square Butte Municipal Airfield, local time 1:15 a.m. We know you have a lot of uncomfortable options for awful air travel, so thanks for flying with us.
Are you Jack?
Excuse me?
I'm looking for someone named Jack.
Yes, but...
Oh my god, are we really doing this? Fine. Do you mind if we listen to the Indigo Girls?
I prefer the work of Melissa Etheridge.
That's a valid opinion.
Thank you.
Is that really necessary?
I was told not to pick anyone up unless they gave me the code.
There's nobody else at the airport. It's the middle of the night.
Well, I'd rather do something right than do it fast if it's all the same to you. Where's Kate?
She took a different flight. Said it was safer to fly separately. Sounds crazy to me, but here we are.
You're from New York?
Yep.
What's that like?
Busy. Gay. Maybe I'm just describing myself. Sorry, I've been up all night. You should visit sometime.
Thanks, yeah, but no thanks. I'm more of a country girl.
How do you know if you've never been?
I just do. I have a hunch.
Goodness, a hunch. Can't argue with a hunch. Well, what about you, Jack? What's your deal?
We're not really supposed to talk about life on the compound, so...
And I'm not supposed to be doing this at all, but here we both are, surprising ourselves. Gotta give me something to work with here.
I like model trains.
There you go, model trains. Great. This place really is in the middle of nowhere, huh?
Brenda says we're safer, off the grid, so...
I don't think you can even see the grid from here.
Welcome to the compound. Clito HQ.
Wow. This place is huge.
What did you expect?
I don't know, a barn or something?
Oh, we have a barn.
Yeah, but not just a barn.
Well, the barn is on the east side of the compound, next to the gymnasium and the softball diamond and the schoolhouse and the other softball diamond. We're on the west side.
Wait, schoolhouse? Kids grow up here?
I did.
Oh.
Oh, what?
Oh, what an interesting factoid about which I have no feelings whatsoever. This place is impressively well organized for a scrappy queer cult.
It's not a cult.
Right. Cute uniforms, though.
They're not uniforms. We all took a vote, and...
Yeah, all decided you liked wearing the same thing, I heard. Hey, what's in that big grain silo at the top of the hill?
Grain, mostly. We go through a lot of wheat berries. But that lit-up nubbin at the top, that's where I'm taking you. The nerve center of Clito.
Well, thanks for the ride. It's been... whatever, Jack.
Sure. Hey... Never mind.
What?
Look, I shouldn't say anything, but...
But you're obviously going to, so...
This job they're bringing you in for, you should just leave it to us. We don't need help from outsiders.
Great. Thanks for the feedback.
No problem.
You must be Judy.
And who must you be?
Brenda.
Oh, you're my aunt's girlfriend or whatever.
Something like that. Nice to meet you.
Is Kate here?
Not yet. I wanted to meet you privately. See if you're everything she says you are. Shall we? How was the drive? Did you and Jack hit it off?
Not particularly.
Sounds about right. Jack is one of our most gifted true believers.
Small talk is not one of her gifts.
That's true. She comes through in a pinch, though. She's the future of Clito.
Mm-hmm.
I hear you're good at reading people.
I guess that's my gift.
So, what about me? What can you tell me about me?
You don't like me.
I hardly know you.
And yet, you've brought me out here for this job.
Well, Kate's opinion is very important to me.
There's something else.
I think you're stretching. Here we are, Clito HQ.
We have to act now.
Hello, ladies.
A tad hot.
At ease, Violet.
Sorry to interrupt.
Oh my god. This is her guy?
I know.
None taken. I'll just wait outside.
No, sorry. Let's start again. You must be Jude.
Judy.
Of course, sorry.
This is Violet.
Head of Technology and Security for Clito, reporting for duty.
And this is Holly.
It's a pleasure, Judy. We've heard a lot about you. You have a very mellow aura.
Is that good?
Holly is our chief medical officer and also a spiritual advisor.
I also handle the compound's pottery needs.
Yes, also pottery.
Oh, work.
Sorry I'm late.
Me too, honestly.
We were just introducing ourselves to your charming nephew.
She doesn't have a charming nephew.
Well, at least he knows his strengths.
He doesn't. That's what's special about him.
I feel like I've walked into a trap here.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's my fault. Welcome to the commune, Judy.
Ah, commune.
Judy?
No, it's fine. We've been at this a long time. I've been building up this place for almost 30 years now. We've all gotten pretty comfortable with the way things are here.
Maybe a little too comfortable.
I understand how it must look to someone from the real world. Thank you for hearing us out.
You gave him the intel on the USSR?
That's the, secret cum bunker?
The U.S. Seed Registry, yes.
I still don't understand what any of that has to do with me or the cult.
It's not a
cult.
The commune.
Brenda, do you want to explain?
Well, why don't you start, honey?
We need 6 samples from that bunker.
First of all, ew. Second of all, why?
We need the samples because we're gonna sell them. It's nothing creepy.
We have a contact, a deep cover ex-KGB operative who tells us that the Russian government will pay, frankly, an absurd amount of money for this stuff.
What do the Russians want with the sperm samples of dead U.S. presidents?
We don't know. And honestly, we don't care. Their money is green.
What is that, rubles?
Holly, focus.
They're offering a lot. Millions.
Millions? Plural?
Per sample, yes. And we need that money.
What for?
A project. The most important thing we've ever done.
That information is classified. We can fill you in once you've joined up.
Sorry, but what is with Violet and the military jargon here?
It's her thing.
Just let her have it.
I don't understand. Even if I wanted to help you, Kate told me about the bunker. It's impenetrable.
Impregnable! Because sperm.
Right. Thank you, Holly.
It is, that's true. But we have... Violet, do you want to explain?
The government is planning to outsource the storage of this very special material to a sperm donation startup called Jizzly that collects millennial sperm samples until their owners are ready to start families, which, if my understanding of the economic state of the outside world is correct, will never happen.
Oh, no way. I hear their ads on podcasts all the time.
What's a podcast?
Never mind.
Jizzly has a state-of-the-art storage facility down the coast in San Francisco. In order to ensure their procedures and storage tech are up to snuff, 6 vials of top-secret USSR sperm will be transferred to Jizzly headquarters by high-speed train 3 days from today.
What we want to do, what we're hiring you to do, is get onto that train and intercept the samples.
I'm sorry, what?
Get the samples to us, we sell them to our Russian contact, and you walk away with a substantial cut of the money from the sale.
How substantial?
Let's call it 10,000 years worth of reading tarot cards in Washington Square Park.
Tempting. But I'm not a thief. I'm not qualified for this. I'm just some queen in cheap pumps with a great ass and a bad attitude.
Well, that's almost verbatim what I said.
Obviously, you can't pull this off yourself. We need you to find people who can.
You were not our first choice here, rookie. All the real criminal masterminds are already in jail. Or in Congress.
So you just started going through your address book?
We're on a schedule here, and Kate assures us that you have the skills to put a group together. I trust Kate. Here we are.
You can be very persuasive when you need to be, Judy.
You want me to find a bunch of people stupid enough to steal from armed agents of the federal government?
That's correct.
We do the legwork ourselves, but this can't be traced back to us. Clito cannot be directly involved, or at least nobody can know that we are. We need someone else to be the boots on the ground here. Or heels, whatever.
Interesting. Well, thank you so much for the scenic tour of Brokeback Country. This has been very entertaining.
Judy!
Look, Kate, ladies, I'm stupid, but I'm not a total idiot. You think this is Mission Impossible, but this mission is actually just fully impossible. I don't mean to disrespect you on your home turf.
Oh, we're not turfs.
But I'm not risking my life in jail to bolster the pottery budget of a creepy lesbian cult, even if I happen to find their politics fairly appealing. It's a non-starter for me, and for those reasons, I'm out.
I told you he wouldn't understand, Kate. They never do. Jack will handle it.
Jack can't do it on her own. She's basically never left the compound.
We don't have any other options, so it'll have to be Jack.
I'm gonna let you all figure this out while I get a cab back to the airport.
Hang on.
I told you this wouldn't work. Outsiders are never the answer. We're on our own.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought he'd get it.
I know, honey. He does get it. It's not a good plan. And if he doesn't think he can pull it off, well, he probably can't.
That's not fair.
Holly!
Let her go. We've got work to do. Get Jack in here.
Judy, wait up.
I would, but the thing is, I'm not going to.
Why do gay men walk so fast anyway?
Places to be, sister.
Please, put your phone down. We'll get someone to drive you.
How did I get talked into this?
Didn't.
No, I mean, coming here at all. What are you people doing? What is the point of all of this? The secrecy, the compound, the uniforms.
I know how it looks, I do, but look, sometimes even I think we've gone a little off the deep end here, but you have to understand where Clito started.
Spooky old grain silo?
Okay. When Clito got started. Brenda is a New Yorker at heart. She grew up there. She was the Queen Dyke of Christopher Street. Everybody knew her, and she knew everybody. She's got a way with people, much like your aunt tells us you do. This was 1985.
Oh.
Yes. Oh. Brenda was on the piers. She was at the bathhouses. She was everywhere. She saw it all. and she watched her friends get sick and die. And she decided she couldn't. We can't rely on the rest of the world to take our lives seriously or our deaths. We have to do it ourselves.
That isn't fair.
No, exactly.
No, I mean, you can't. It's not fair to just go full normal heart at me and just expect it to make your train heist a good idea.
Nobody is saying it's a good idea. It's a necessary risk. I really shouldn't be telling you this, but we can't stay here forever. The neighbors are buying up land by the acre and fracking it within an inch of its life. Also, have you ever spent a winter in Montana? I don't recommend it. We need those samples because we need money. And we need the money because we're buying a new compound. Well, some land, anyway. It's an island if you want to get technical about it.
An island?
Mm-hmm. An uninhabited tropical island, yes. And it's really something else, Judy, honestly. And it wouldn't just be for us, for Clito. We want it to be for us. All of us. Queer people.
All of us.
Look around, Judy. It's 2019. The years since the election have not been kind to anyone. Who knows what the future holds? 2020? Can you imagine? Don't you want there to be somewhere you can feel safe when the shit goes down? Somewhere to, I don't know.
Plant some roots. Yes.
That's why we need you to do this, because all of us should have somewhere to go. And all of us will be welcome. On New Lesbos.
Okay, first of all, you absolutely cannot call it New Lesbos. Second of all, you know what? Fine. Fuck it. Let's take some loads.